Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to finish up my full review of the Sharp by Design Void. So this is a fancy pants version that was loaned in to me by Daniel from Knife Swap. He hit me up because he thinks this is the greatest middle finger flick knife in the world. Yeah, he wanted me to check it out and see what I think. And right off the bat, I'll tell you it's not for me anyway, being left-handed, and there's reasons for that. But in general, I think it's a very good middle finger flick knife, but I don't know if it would be the best. You're talking about, you got Koenig Arius, you have the Evo, the Liang Ma Fuel Duty right off the bat is better, in my opinion. I love that knife so much. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to try to rip through this one. So thank you, Daniel, for sending it in. Aesthetically, come on, guys. You cannot deny the beauty, the just absolutely stunning, gorgeous appearance of this knife. It's a very sexy design. I love the shape of the hole. This one in particular has Damasteel, which normally is not my bag, but it's a loaner, and it kind of makes me want some Damasteel. It is really nice. This is not your average Damascus you see on other knives. This shit is absolutely stunning. It has this crazy ass pattern. I don't know what they call it, raindrop or zebra or some shit. I don't know, but it's really cool. Then you have that absolutely awesome like shred carbon fiber on that black anodized scale, or black coated scale. I guess you can't anodize black. I love the 6-gun pivot that Brian Nadeau does. And there's that flipper tab that I'm not a huge fan of his flipper tabs. This one's okay. The one on the Evo Typhoon was a little bit pokey for me. But yeah, so aesthetically, come on, fantastic. Ergonomically, surprisingly, it's not that great. It's good in this grip right here, but it doesn't fit perfectly in my hand. So this kind of flipper tab, I'm kind of getting pushed into it. You know what I mean? The clip moving a little. Looks like the clip's moving a little, but I'm not going to mess with it because it's not my knife. But yeah, it's just a little small for me, a little cramped. But I could definitely see somebody with smaller hands. This would fit absolutely perfectly, and it would feel good. I wish it had a choil of some sort, but then you lose the flipper tab, so I get it. You could do the flipper choil. It kind of works. So ergos they're pretty good. They're not great. What else we got? Carry. So I didn't carry this knife really. Did I put it in pocket one time to feel it? Maybe. But I just felt it's a guy's knife. It's like $680. I know he loves the thing, and he babies the shit out of it, because when he shipped it, he was really worried about it getting here and everything. So I just didn't want to mess with it. But it's a Brian Nadeau clip. I've carried the Evo Typhoon a few times because I had one for a little bit. It's a good clip. It's a solid clip. I'll tell you if it's... Yeah, it's good. It's a little tight going in. But other than that, it's going to be a solid clip. It's pretty deep, actually. So you got about that much sticking out. No problem there. So the only big thing, I guess, would be you have this flipper tab kind of sticking out that you might jab yourself on, going in your pocket. It is a little pokey on the very end of it there. So... personal preference. I usually try not to keep much in my pocket with my knife, so it's not really an issue, right? What else? Ergos, blah, blah, blah. Carry. Cutting. I didn't cut with this knife, so I'll be honest here. Maybe I should change this to an overview video because I didn't cut with it. Although I know Riot, and I can tell from this blade grind and everything, it's gonna just be good. It's gonna be really good cutter, right? But this is like a showpiece, so you know what? I am gonna call it a full review because this is a showpiece knife. Most people who own one of these are not going to use it. They're not going to cut with it. So I'm just going to remove the cutting category from the review. But I can tell you right now, Riot probably killed it on that grind, and it probably slices like an absolute beast. And Brian Nadeau's designs are fantastic. It feels really good. So I have no doubts about it, but let's not count that category, okay? Sounds. So it has that classic Brian Nadeau. It's not quite a tink, but it's close. And it's his detent system at work. It just, I don't know how to explain it. Somebody's explained it to me before, but he has this kind of pyramid in there or whatever. And it just feels like it tinks out and it tinks when it, like it tinks here and then tinks again when it locks up. It just sounds like a double tink. And it's fantastic. So sounds are like a 7 on this guy. Very good. Action, right? Action on the flipper tab is really good. Now that I've had it for a little while, I've gotten used to the detent. I did say originally it was kind of light because you can fail it if you just pull the tab. But if you're on any angle reaching at that and you pull down, it's going to lock up. You know, I don't think the detent's weak. I just think it could be a little stronger. I have heard some people say their knife, like their void, the detent's too strong. So maybe there's variations or different batches or whatever, right? But look at the drop action on this thing. It is absolutely a guillotine. It is sick as F. It is locked up, 100% solid, no blade play. Drops like that. It's really good, guys. It is fantastic. The middle finger flick is a very solid flick on this guy. I'm not right-handed, so bear that in mind here. Now, left-handed, it doesn't work very well because it has that lock bar. It kind of looks like a sub-frame lock or a bolster lock, but it's not. That frame lock is running the length of the scale there, so you cannot put your fingers here. I cannot flick this out right now. I have to get down onto the clip, and then I can flick it, which means I'm all the way down here, and it's kind of uncomfortable. And now when I grip the knife, I end up like this, and I got to climb up. And I just don't like that. I explained it in depth in my first impressions, maybe a little too much, so you can always watch that. But it's just a matter of there's too much of me having to pay attention to flick it for me to enjoy this knife. Like, I wouldn't buy one of these for that reason. I did say I'd love to have the XL version, but I found out that that is only a custom. And it's probably thousands of dollars, so that will never happen, probably. So I guess I just won't have a void, which sucks, but I'm okay with it. So, value. I believe this is like $680. It's Riot made. It is Damasteel. It is a Brian Nadeau Sharp by Design knife. I understand that price. I kind of equate Brian Nadeau and Sharp by Design with Liang Ma and LMD, Liang Ma Design. Very similar. They have Riot working at the highest capacity. I mean, if you look at a Liang Ma knife, if you look at a Sharp by Design knife, it's like the pinnacle of what Riot could do. I'm sure somebody could push them even further, but all the finishing work, all the chamfering, just the way everything is dialed properly, it's just incredible. Okay, and that costs money, so that's why a Liang Ma costs $450 instead of $350 or $300 like other Riot made knives. That's why the Brian Nadeau knives cost a little bit more, because there's more that goes into it. More engineering, more finishing work. And I think that's what you're paying for. And I can appreciate those things. I truly do appreciate them. I think the price is what it is. It's not like this great deal, but it's an understandable price is what I'm getting at. One thing I want to note, I just found out, is I can get the tip of the blade right here. If I put my finger right here, I can reach in, and my finger is getting stabbed right now. That kind of sucks, but I didn't notice it until right now, so I'm guessing it's not going to be like some issue when you reach into your pocket. I just wanted to point that out. Recommendations. So, guys, if you have the moolah and you love a Sharp by Design Void, I would go get one. If you are left-handed, I would be weary, okay? Unless you have small hands and you don't mind climbing down here, I wouldn't do it. It's just too much of a hassle. You got to pay attention and focus every time you flick it. If you just love the the absolute beauty of the knife and all that, I get it. I totally get it. It's worth a shot, but again, lefties, I would recommend a Liang Ma Field Duty in carbon fiber with the bolster lock over this. It's a little bit bigger, or you could even get the Field Duty EDC in lefty if it's available. That's about the same size as this. And that is a middle finger flick dream. Both of them are. So I don't know. But I can definitely see why people love it. I definitely get it. Daniel, it's not the best middle finger flicker for me, but I definitely know why you have it as a contender and why you're so proud of it. So you have a good knife here, man. A great knife here. Congrats, brother. I will get this shit back out to you. And I love you guys so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.